It's 10:46 p.m. on the 28th of October 2025. In the southern Caribbean, a US Navy destroyer from the 4th Fleet cuts through calm black water. The night feels steady until a sharp alarm slices the silence. New track detected. Bearing 180, low and fast. The radar tech calls out. On the main screen, a glowing dot races toward them, hugging the sea. A second tone screams electronic interference from the coast. Inside the control room, every headset goes quiet. Possible targeting radar. Someone says softly. The captain's voice breaks the tension. Set condition 1. All hands to stations. Outside, sailors strap in, clip safety lines, and brace as the ship shifts 5 degrees starboard. Spray flashes white in the floodlights. Then, another tone. A second contact appears closer, faster. No one speaks. They all know what that sound means. In 30 seconds, they will have to choose, hold course, or turn away. For years, the Caribbean was calm water for the US Navy. The 4th Fleet moved freely, its ships running exercises and freedom of navigation patrols without much worry. But that balance has changed. After years of economic sanctions and diplomatic pressure, Venezuela turned toward Russia, opening its ports and airfields to new military cooperation. By late October 2025, several reports confirmed Russian-made air defense systems Panzer and Buk had arrived in Venezuela, along with Russian advisors helping local crews. Officials in Caracas called it defensive support. In Washington, it felt like the return of a Cold War ghost, foreign military hardware parked inside the Western Hemisphere. That's why tonight matters. This part of the Caribbean isn't just another stretch of sea. It's close to vital shipping lanes, oil routes, and regional partners. From Venezuela's northern coast, radar can see hundreds of miles. A single radar beam from shore means a destroyer's every move might now be watched or targeted. For the crew, it isn't politics, it's personal. When the warning alarm sounds and the computer flashes fire control illumination, everyone knows what that means. Somewhere on land or sea, someone may be locking on to their ship. It could be a test, or it could be the first step before a missile launch. Either way, reaction time is counted in seconds. Back in Washington, analysts debate the big picture. Did years of isolation push Venezuela to this point? Did America's pressure campaign create the very partnership it feared most? In Moscow, this is leverage. A chance to show that Russian equipment can reach close to American shores. In Caracas, it's insurance, a shield against the kind of intervention they've long feared. Out here on the water, none of that matters to the sailors watching the radar. For them, it's simple. A bright dot, a sharp tone, and a question no one wants to answer: what happens if the next one doesn't turn away? From the moment the first alarm sounded, every move on the destroyer turned into instinct. The bridge lights dimmed red as screens in the Combat Information Center pulsed green. Something was closing fast. Track 1 inside 12 miles, the radar tech said, calm but tense. Low altitude, unstable speed, could be a drone or a sea-skimming missile. Electronic warfare confirms coastal source, another voice replied. We're being painted, possibly from shore. Helm, right full rudder, come to 170, the captain ordered. The ship leaned into the turn. Even 5 degrees could mean survival. On deck, sailors tore covers off launchers and loaded chaff canisters, thin metallic strips that create false radar targets. The deck boss shouted over the wind, "Hold steady, stay sharp." Contact 2 now at 8 miles, the air controller said. Could be a decoy or small drone. The captain stayed calm. Weapons tight, no fire without hostile intent. Request air support. The reply came through static. Support inbound, 7 minutes. 7 minutes at sea can feel like forever. Recommend Nulka decoy, Combat said. Approved, the captain answered. A canister fired into the night and hovered 100 yards away, humming as it drew radar eyes off the ship. The first contact blinked off, then returned. It's testing us, the tech muttered. A second spike lit the scope. 2 emitters, 1 coastal, 1 mobile, the EW operator confirmed. The captain tapped the console, once a small habit to stay focused. Broadcast. Unidentified platform on bearing 180. This is a US naval vessel operating in international waters. Maintain safe distance. No response. Only waves striking steel. Track 1 now 6 miles, someone said. The object climbed odd for a missile. Could be a drone switching to camera mode, the intel officer added. Keep decoys hot, the captain said. Record everything. The water shimmered under deck lights. The crew stared at the radar glow, knowing the next beep could mean history. If you were standing in that room, would you hold course or turn away? Press 1 if you'd hold the line, 9 if you'd turn and run. The next 5 minutes felt endless. The destroyer's engines rumbled low, steady, but every man and woman aboard could feel the weight in the air. Multiple returns, the radar tech warned. 3, no, 4 new tracks, bearing 185. Could be radar clutter, the captain said quietly, though he didn't believe it. Keep scanning. On the scope, the blips grew and vanished like ghosts. 30-meter confirmed, the EW officer said. New frequency, possibly from a mobile radar on a small boat. In close contact, every degree counts, the narrator explains. The captain ordered, "Helm, come left 5 degrees, reduce speed to 15 knots. The destroyer's wake shrank, its noise signature dropping. For a moment, the sea went silent, only the creak of metal and the hiss of spray. Then another tone. Short bursts of radar, sharper, closer. Deploy second decoy, the captain said. The launcher spat another Nulka capsule into the air, drifting and buzzing just off the beam. Everyone froze. Surface contact turned toward us, the air controller said. Range 9 miles, speed increasing. Hold your positions, the captain said. Do not overreact. He knew one wrong move could light the fuse. The ship's long-range acoustic device powered up a weaponized loudspeaker. Broadcast hail, the captain ordered. A deafening tone rolled across the sea, followed by a message. Unidentified vessel, you are closing on a US Navy warship. Change course immediately. For 10 long seconds, no change. Then the contact veered slightly to port. He's turning, the radar tech said. The captain didn't smile. Log it. Maintain posture. Hours of high alert wear the body down. Sweat, salt, tension in every muscle. The crew stayed locked in, scanning screens, checking bearings. Each passing blip felt like a test. How long could they hold steady without firing first? From the deck, the horizon flickered faintly, lightning or a flare. No one could tell. Possible signal from shore, someone said. The captain glanced up. They're watching us, he murmured, and they want us to know it. Another burst hit the radar. Another test. The destroyer's crew stayed silent, waiting for the next order that might never come. If you were in command here, would you answer that signal or stay quiet and wait? Press 1 if you'd respond. 9 if you'd hold your fire. Everyone expected the tension to fade, but it didn't. EW, confirm reflection north, the tech called out. We're getting a new radar return, too clean, too perfect. A bright circle appeared on the screen, 20 miles north. Could be a relay drone or radar reflector, the intel officer said. Someone's trying to pull our eyes away. The captain studied the display. If that's the decoy, then what's moving to the south? Right then, another contact appeared, small, slow, deliberate. Range 4 miles, the radar tech said. Speed steady, 5 knots. Looks like a fishing boat. The captain's tone hardened. That's no fisherman. Keep visual. Through the deck camera, the image sharpened a small boat with no lights, drifting steady with the waves. Suddenly, a faint blinking light rose from its deck. Drone launch detected, the air controller said. A tiny quadcopter lifted from the shadows, buzzing low across the water. It wasn't armed, but its camera lens shone like an eye. It's filming us, someone whispered. The captain didn't hesitate. Hold course. No fire. Record everything. He turned to the public affairs petty officer. Timestamp and save all video feeds. If this goes public, we show who stayed professional. The drone hovered over the destroyer for 20 seconds, silent, steady, deliberate, then turned back toward the dark horizon. No explosion, No hit, just a message. We can find you and we can film you. The twist tonight wasn't a missile, it was exposure. Whoever launched that drone now knew exactly how the crew reacted under stress. And the sailors realized the same thing. This was not the end, only the rehearsal. If you were on that deck, watching the camera aim at your ship, would you shoot it down or hold the line? Press 1 to fire, 9 to stay your hand. Minutes dragged like hours. The destroyer held its course, every radar screen glowing pale green. Air support on station, the pilot said over comms. We have eyes on your sector. Drone reflection confirmed to the north, no hostile action detected. Maintain position, the captain replied. Weapons tight. The ship's engines rumbled deep under the deck. No one moved unless ordered. One wrong signal could start something that neither side wanted. Then sudden light. From the Venezuelan coastline, a white flare burst into the sky, tearing the darkness apart. The sea flashed silver. Every sailor's shadow stretched across steel. Possible signal from shore, someone said quietly. Hold reaction, the captain ordered. No lights, no comms. The bridge went dead silent. The flare hung for 3 seconds, then faded, leaving the ocean darker than before. EW reports last spike at 230 now cold, the operator said. The radar lines thinned one by one. The air controller added, all unknown contacts turning back toward the coast. The captain exhaled slowly. We hold until first light, then we move out. On deck, the crew stood in the soft red glow of emergency lights. Faces were drained, uniforms soaked with salt and sweat. They had stared down radar locks, drones, and taunts and never fired a shot. As dawn broke, the sky turned pale orange over calm water. The destroyer shifted course east, leaving the shadow of the Venezuelan coast behind. The ocean looked peaceful again, pretending nothing had happened. Inside the control room, someone whispered, "We're clear." Another replied, "Yeah, but for how long?" The captain closed the logbook, voice low. "No damage, no casualties, no shots fired. That's the best kind of win." The engines roared louder, pushing the ship toward open sea. Still, no one celebrated. Every sailor knew this wasn't over. The test had ended, but next time might not stop at signals and shadows. The night had proved one truth: control under pressure can be the strongest weapon of all. Would you call this a victory or the calm before something bigger? Press 1 if you believe the crew won tonight. 9 if you think the next strike is already on its way. By sunrise, the destroyer was 50 miles east of the Venezuelan coast. The sea looked calm again, but no one on board felt at ease. The crew had spent the night balancing seconds between peace and war. The official log described it as routine radar contact in international waters. But everyone aboard knew the truth. This was no routine patrol. It was a message. Back in Washington, analysts reviewed the recordings. The radar frequencies matched signals from Russian-made Panzer and Buk systems now active in Venezuela. It confirmed what many suspected. Russian advisors weren't just training, they were operating close to the line. While no proof of anti-ship missiles like Onyx existed, the pattern of tracking showed clear intent. The Caribbean, once considered a safe backyard, had become contested water. Inside the Pentagon, strategists debated options: increase patrols, open talks, or pull back and avoid giving Moscow the confrontation it wanted. Each choice carried risk. Every move could push the region toward the first direct clash between Russian and American forces in the Western Hemisphere since the Cold War. Meanwhile, in Caracas, state media celebrated a successful defensive drill. Russian officials praised cooperation between sovereign partners, but in naval circles, no one missed the meaning this was a test, and it would not be the last. On the destroyer, sailors moved slowly through the morning routine. They had no medals waiting, no celebration ahead. The reward was simple: they were all still alive. The captain walked the deck once more before dawn burned away the night. He looked at the horizon and said quietly, "No shots fired, that's our victory." The reporter's voice settles low and firm. The night proved something bigger than any single encounter. Power in the Caribbean is shifting. The next signal might not end with silence. One mistake, one misread radar, and the world could wake up to a headline no one wants to see. If you were standing on that bridge, would you choose restraint again or strike before the next light turns red? Press 1 if you'd hold your fire, 9 if you'd take the shot,